Hello my friends, Brian Richards here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to teach you another totally cool self-working card trick, and it is all done with math, or as my friends on the other side of the pond like to say, maths. Maths plural, because I guess you guys like to do math more than once. I'm not sure. Probably, maybe, I don't know. Well, anyway, it doesn't really matter. But this trick does involve math, and so I'll do my best to explain it. However, the math part you may have to explain to me. So let's get into the performance, and then we'll get into the explanation. For this trick, you're going to need a regular deck of cards. I'm going to shuffle up the deck. The deck can be fully shuffled. It can be shuffled by a volunteer. And then what you're going to do is you're going to actually put out a grid of 16 cards. Now, this looks similar to another trick I taught. Just stick with me. This is very different. We're just going to put it out like this and just like that. Now, here's what's going to happen. You're going to allow a volunteer to either pick a row or a column. And what we're going to do is we're going to put cards on top of either that row or that column. So let's say a volunteer picks this row right here. I'm going to put now a card on top of every card in that row. Then I say, okay, pick another either row or column. Let's say they pick this column right here. Again, I'm going to put a card on top of everyone in the column. Maybe they pick this column next. I'm going to go down like this. Maybe they pick this row over here. I'm going to put a card on top of every card there. Maybe they pick this end over here. And again, it's totally up to the volunteer's decision. Maybe they pick this column right here. Maybe they want to go across the second row here. And you're going to continue to do this maybe here until you get to the end. Maybe they do this one more time. Now, when you get to the end, I explain to the audience that this trick is actually called the chosen card, because simply my volunteer is going to choose the chosen card. So they can pick any one. So let's just say they pick this one right here, which is the 4 of spades. Now, whichever pile they pick, I'm going to take all the remaining piles in their row and I'm going to bury their card. And I'm also going to take all the piles in the same column and I'm going to use them to bury their card. Then I invite them to take this pile and they can put it on any of the remaining stacks. So let's say they put it right here. Again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take any of the other piles that are in the same row and I'm going to bury their card, and any of the piles that are in the same column, and I'm going to use that to bury their card. Now we're down to what, 4 piles here. They can take this pile, they can put it on any of these 4. Let's say they put it here. Again, same thing. I'm going to take whatever is in the same row, I'm going to put it on top. Whatever's in the same column, I'm going to put it on top. Then of course there's one last pile. We're going to take this pile, we're going to put it on top of that pile. And then we will give this a little bit of a shuffle, kind of like so. Give it a nice little cut. And once this is done, the trick is done. And I told you this trick is called the chosen card, because what we're going to do is we're going to spell out the chosen card, and hopefully we'll be able to find your chosen card. The T-H-E, chosen, C-H-O-S-E-N, card, C-A-R. And my friends, check it out. There is the chosen card, the 4 of spades in this case. Pretty cool, right? And it's super easy, and all you need is a regular, ordinary deck of cards, okay? So you need to have all 52 cards for this trick to work, all right? So make sure you have a full deck of cards, but I will explain how this trick is done. Honestly, if you just do what I did, it should work for you. But I'm also going to explain how I just added a little bit of some very, very, very basic sleight of hand to what is a math trick, and I think the combination of the two makes it an even greater fooler, if you will. So again, let's go back to the overhead camera. I'm going to shuffle these cards up. The cards can be fully shuffled anyway, it doesn't matter. The key thing is you just have to have all 52 cards for this trick to work. And what you're going to do is you're going to put the cards out into the grid, just like I had them before, a 4x4 grid. And now, because the cards were shuffled, these cards, it doesn't matter. It's any random cards, just like that. Now, once you've neatened them up, you invite them again to pick either a row or a column and explain you're just going to cover up that row with another set of cards. So let's say they choose this back row, you're going to do just what I did. Maybe they pick this column and you're going to do what I did. Maybe they pick this row over here, and again, you're just taking a card and putting one on top of every pile. Maybe they want to do this one. Maybe they want to do this one next. And again, maybe they want to go across here. And you're going to go across like this. Maybe they want to do this again. And you're going to continue to do this until, of course, you get to the end, until you've dealt all of the cards. Now you explain that this trick is called the chosen card. And the reason it's called the chosen card is because someone's going to choose a card. So you invite a volunteer to choose any of the face-up cards. So let's say they pick the 3 of spades. If they pick the 3 of spades, what you're going to do is you're going to take all the piles that are in the same row and you're going to use them to bury their card. And then you're going to take all the other piles that are in the same column and you're going to use them as well to bury their card. And once you've done this, you invite them to take this pile and they can put it on any of the other piles. Let's say they put it right on top of this pile. Again, same thing. Whatever's in the same row, you're going to put on top, and whatever's in the same column, you're going to put on top, burying their card even more. Then they can take this and they can put it on any of the other piles. Let's say they put it here. Again, whatever is in the same row, you're going to put on top, and whatever's in the same column, you're going to put on top. And then you're always going to have one last pile. When you do, you're going to take this entire stack and you're going to put it on top of that last pile. That's the last thing you do. Then you're going to turn the deck around. Now, if you were to stop here, you can count down to the 13th card, and guess what? It's going to be their chosen card. That's the mathematics of this. It will end up being their card will always be the 13th card every time. I mean, again, that's the part I can't explain. Feel free to comment below if you can explain that. I really do not understand it. I do know it ends up being a 13th card, but I don't understand why it ends up being a 13th card. It does. However, you can just spell out the chosen card and it will take you to the 13th card, and that's pretty amazing. However, like I said, I like to add a little something, so just to make it an extra fuller. So what I did was I did a riffle shuffle without affecting the top section of the deck, because again, the top, remember, you don't want to affect the top 13 or 14 cards. So it's a good idea to have an idea of what 15 cards looks like, what the thickness of that is, so that you don't actually shuffle into the top section of the deck. So here's what I do. I take a small, like when I'm doing a riffle shuffle, I take a small, I don't go all the way in half. I just kind of go maybe like 1/3 like this. And I start with the small pile, a couple cards, and then I start to riffle and I do more with the small pile, and then of course I get to the end. And honestly, I haven't changed the top 13 cards, okay? So again, just a small 1/3, start with those, and again, if you do this kind of quickly, that looked terrible, but if you do this kind of quickly, you will not actually affect the 13 cards, but it will look like you're shuffling the cards. Now, I also add a false triple cut. So what I do is I take the top 1/3, I put it to my left, and then I take the next 1/3, I put it in the middle, and then the bottom 1/3, I put it to my right. And then I take this left pile, put it on top of the middle pile, on top of the right pile, and it doesn't change the order of the cards at all. Okay? So again, the combination of the two, it looks like this. Like this. Boom, boom, boom. I think the sequence of those two looks pretty amazing. Looks like you really shuffled the deck. Now, all you're going to do is you're going to say, remind them, this trick is called the chosen card, because we're going to spell out the chosen card. The, T-H-E, chosen, C-H-O-S-E-N, and then card, C-A-R, and my friends, D, because that's a D card right there, and it works every time. Pretty cool, right? Well, if you enjoyed this trick, don't forget to hit like. Be sure to share with the magician friend that maybe would like to learn some more magic. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. But between now and then, go and be amazing and enjoy all the maths that you can learn. All the maths. Just go.